Welcome to News Daily TV. Today we're discussing the growing international call for the release of Nnamdi Kanu, with countries like the UK and Kenya adding their voices. However, the Nigerian government, led by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and some northern leaders, remain opposed. Watch till the end for the latest developments.
In 2021, Mr. Nnamdi Kanu, a British citizen, was abducted by Nigerian security forces in Nairobi, Kenya. Since his detention, he has been subjected to torture and many other unpleasant.
Sorry for cutting you short in this particular video of the UK's reaction towards the release of Nnamdi Kanu. I'm going to be showing you this particular video, but there is a particular video I want you to watch. I want you to carefully watch this video, and also before showing this particular video, there are two actions the UK has taken so far. And before showing you the two videos I have for you today, I want to publish you with the screenshots I have, because I want everyone to be carried along on what is currently happening as of today, because the UK has frowned on the detention of Nnamdi Kanu, the Nigerian detention. And let's not forget that Nnamdi Kanu was illegally remitted to Nigeria from Kenya, and the Kenya recently awarded Nnamdi Kanu 120 million naira in damages. Why is he being held in detention? Nnamdi Kanu has said before that he has no case to answer in court. And in truth, the appeal court acquitted him, vindicated him, and also said that no court in Nigeria has the right to try him. Why is he still being in detention? Let's not forget that Nnamdi Kanu is a British citizen. Yes, he's a British citizen. And when he went to Kenya before being arrested, he went there as a British citizen. But the Nigerian government had to send delegations there to go and arrest him and bring him back to the country illegally. The appeal court looked at all these things and vindicated him earlier, but now he's still in the DSA detention. Without wasting much of a time, and before leaving you to watch the full UK reaction on the release of Nnamdi Kanu, I'm going to be reading out the UK's actions so far. Then after these particular actions, I'll leave you with a particular video that I need you to watch, and after that, we wrap it up with the UK's Parliament release memo regarding Nnamdi Kanu. Number one, they have issued formal letters to Nigerian officials demanding clarity on Kanu's transfer. This particular phrase simply tells us that the UK has ordered the Nigerian government to give them clarity on how Nnamdi Kanu was transferred from Kenya to Nigeria. This is getting interesting. Yes, this is getting interesting, because the UK wants to actually know what actually transpired that particular time and that particular period. Because in the Kenyan ruling recently, the Kenyan High Court declared that Nnamdi Kanu was illegally remitted back to Nigeria. So how come the Nigerian government lies with the Kenyan government to arrest Nnamdi Kanu, who is a British citizen of theirs? The UK are going to take this very, very serious. Secondly, UK High Commissioner, FCDO ministers have repeatedly raised welfare concerns and pushed for improved detention conditions and increased consular access. The US are ready to take this upon their head, and they are ready to make sure that Nnamdi Kanu, who is their citizen, will be freed in no distant time. Before displaying the full video of the UK's Parliament reaction towards the release of Nnamdi Kanu, watch this particular video, and after watching this video, the UK's Parliament reaction will come up.
How about Nnamdi Kanu? You said Nnamdi Kanu is a political detainee and that he should be released in the spirit of unity and reconciliation. Even when you know that since the time of President Buhari has been saying this matter is in court. Let the judges, let the courts decide.
Well, you know, I know the Kanu has been there for so long. He's been to several courts on several occasions. They can't even agree on what to do. And between me and you, Dr. Abbott, you're a lawyer. Justice delayed is justice denied. This man has been taken to various courts. They don't even know which charges to give him anymore. This man was abducted out of this country. The manner of abduction was in itself illegal. It's a shame. It's a shame that this country be involved in a thing like that. But they did it. Okay, now you took that gentleman to court, and he's been there for years. If you want to take him through justice, dispense justice with him, and then that's it. If you're going to jail him, jail him. If you're not going to jail him, let him go. What's the point of just keeping somebody there? And all of us Nigerians should be ashamed that we are being linked to this. In the turn, it's a shame. It's a shame. It's a shame that this is what we've turned this country to be. A Nigerian, a citizen, and you treat him like this in his own country? It's a shame. All progressive Nigerians should stand up and say this should stop. This shenanigans should stop. How long should we continue with this? If this man has committed any offense, sentence him. That's it. But if he hasn't, let him go. What is happening is wrong. It's wrong. When you write thing to person, it is wrong. And Afenifere will continue to fight for whoever in such a position. That is what we are known for. We'll fight against any injustice from wherever it is coming from. We'll fight against it. And Nnamdi Kanu is just there. We've been doing this. We've been doing this for years. We know it's a template.
In 2021, Mr Nnamdi Kanu, a British citizen, was abducted by Nigerian security forces in Nairobi, Kenya. Since his detention, he has been subjected to torture and many other unpleasantries. A United Nations Rights Council report released a damning assessment of Nigeria's government's treatment and called for his immediate release. My right honourable friend from Camberwell and Peckham has worked tirelessly on behalf of Mr Kanu and is urging the Foreign Secretary to do more to secure his release. Nigeria is a Commonwealth nation that receives tens of millions in UK aid. It is one of the biggest benefactors of aid. Part of this aid support must be a commitment to human rights and upholding the right to fair trials. Mr Kanu must be given access to a fair and due process. A British citizen travelling on the British passport should not be kidnapped in a third country and dragged to a Nigerian prison. The government needs to get much tougher.
With this, there is a follow-up in which the UK are ready to take. And according to them, this was published online today. And I'll be reading it out for you guys here. FCDO follow-up. The action. They might issue updated consular statement noting June 2025 Kenyan court findings. Don't forget that the Kenyan court findings revealed that Nnamdi Kanu was illegally rendited back to Nigeria in an illegal way, and his human rights was abused and he was tortured while in detention in Kenya. And what is the legal proceedings they are about to take? The legal proceeding is potential court of appeal review of FCDO's diplomatic obligations. Don't forget that the appeal court in Nigeria vindicated Nnamdi Kanu and ordered that no court in Nigeria has the right to try Nnamdi Kanu. Well, at this point in time, I'd like guys to tell me what you feel about the UK's action regarding Nnamdi Kanu in the comment section below. What do you think about these actions the UK are trying to take?
Thank you for watching News Daily TV. The call for Nnamdi Kanu's release continues to gain momentum globally. We'll keep monitoring the situation and bringing you updates. Like, share and subscribe for more news and analysis.